Yeah, so I was having a conversation with my friend yesterday, and we are just trying to review our life, our business life, and see what went wrong. Both of us were into agriculture. He's into farming, I'm into farming. And during our conversation, we were able to identify that one of the major challenges I had, that was him telling me. I said, you give me honest report about me. So he was telling me that one of the mistakes I did was that I rented an office in town that was not where my farm is. So most times, I will need to stay in the office instead of staying in the farm. So what happened was that I was able to correct him. I said, no. I think the major issue here was that the office was there to serve other people that needed to come and see what we are doing. Some people will insist that they want to meet me one-on-one, so I can arrange a meeting with them. But I was always in the farm. So, and again, the first place that I started my farm with, I rented the place. It wasn't my property. So I didn't want to be like, take someone to a property that is not mine, before someone will feel maybe I'm trying to cheat them, So I will just take them to my office. I will explain to you my farm is, and again, the farm was the outskirts of town, very far. So when I was constructing my farm, I now made sure my office is there, right? So I was able to set up my office at the farm. So anytime I wake up, I'm going to the farm. So if you want to see me, you want to meet me in my office, but I was able to demarcate my farm in such a way that the office section, you can't have access to where we are doing our production for security reasons, biosecurity and many other things. So during that conversation, I learned a lot, and I said, okay, let me put it out here for someone who is just starting newly in agriculture, someone who have interest. If I was to restart agriculture again, this is one thing I would do. And this plan I want to give you is that you have to wait. It's a business that will mature in the next 5 years. I've gone through my audience. I see that most of the people that have watched me are between the age of 20 to 35. Majority, like 50-something%. So your age is not that an important factor, but I want you to add 5 years to your current years. So let's assume you're like me, you're 30 years old. So you add 5 years to your years. It means that in the next 5 years, you're going to be 35 years. So if this idea, if you follow this idea, that is by 2030, you should be a millionaire. Now, I know maybe you are a millionaire by now at your age, but what I'm saying here is that you should be a millionaire farmer. Your farm should be able to generate millions every year for you. So it's not the business you do that should generate millions. You can become a millionaire just by doing a small transaction, maybe by next week or even after watching this video. So I'm talking about building a company that will be a billion company. A company that should be able to generate revenue in billions, in millions. So in the next 5 years, if you follow this business that I'm about to share with you, in the next 5 years, you will be happy that you did. If only someone will advise me like this will be the exact thing I will do. And I want you to pay careful attention. Number one, I will invest most of my money in buying farmland. So when I started out, I think the largest land I bought was just 1 hectare where I constructed my farm. I bought the land, constructed my farm, 1 hectare, right? But I had money to buy more land. Many farmers will come to me with requests. We need urgent money. There is land here. Come and buy. I would just ignore them because I was not looking at that angle. But if only I knew, I would have bought many, as much as farmland, because they were very cheap. As at that time, I could get 100 by 100 plot of land for maybe, say, highest 500,000 for 100 by 100 plots. There was so much land available as at that time, but I didn't see it as something that I should invest much of my money into. So if I'm starting out now and I'm 30 years and I give myself a 5 years plan, I'll buy enough farmland now. Now when I get this land, the next thing that I will do is to plant economic trees. I will plant economic trees. And what are these economic trees? I will just plant things like palm trees. I'll plant things like cashew trees. I'll plant other things like cocoa. I'll plant other things like ogbono. You know ogbono. I'll plant things like bitter kola. These are trees that are going to give you money for a long time. And the good news is that as much as they are paying you, anytime you want to develop, maybe build on that land, it's just to uproot these trees and you make a lot of money. And these trees will not just pay only you, they will pay you, they will pay your children. So I will not be coming into agriculture now because I want to make money next week, or I want to make money by next year. By next year I should be making hundreds of millions. That will not be my goal. I can make that too, but my primary goal would be that let me build something that can stay. Let me build something that will give me money in the long run. So I'll plant trees. Now let's pick one of these trees and look at it. I will plant something like palm trees. Now when you plant your palm tree, it takes 3 to 5 years for this palm tree to start producing at full capacity. And one palm tree can produce for as long as what? 50 years. There are some palm trees in my community that when they planted, I was very small, that I saw them. They are still producing oil. Yesterday I was speaking with my mom and she told me that she has prepared oil for us. We can come and pick it now. Now, that when that tree was planted, I was very small. When my dad was planting all of that, I was very small. But something that was planted, now we're harvesting. So let's assume, of course, my dad did not plant a lot of palm trees. He's more into orange. He have an orange orchard of more than 2,000 stems, mature stems that are up to 15 years. Because I remember when he was planting all those trees, I was still in primary school. I was just around I was just around 10 to 15 years when he was planting those trees. They are still producing money for him till today. They are still producing money for him till today. So if only I knew, as at that time, and then I invested money, the money that was coming into my account, in buying farmland, making sure I plant economic trees, you will see that by now I'll be making a lot of money. Even though I've lost the farm, the people that are in charge of the farm, I gave the farm out to my creditors, people that I was owing. So the only, or let me say the best option for us to settle and have a good understanding was that they proposed that I submit the farm to them. They can use it to do business, make money, and pay themselves. And because I did not want trouble, I saw that maybe the plan was not too wise. It was not a good plan, but for us to have peace, if they decide that yes, they can manage the facilities, do business, and pay themselves, I gave the farm out. I gave the farm out. A very massive land. At least I have over 35 plots of land, right? All of this, I gave it out to them so that they can sell it or do business they want to do and settle the debts by themselves. But if only I planted economic trees on those plots that I bought, though I bought them late, but if only I planted economic trees, those trees will still be producing money. The people that my creditors, will still be generating money from that farm. They can harvest. Now I planted a few. I planted coconut. I planted some fine banana species. Those ones they are producing already. The last time I went there, somebody called my attention to the community, so I just went there to check on them, and I saw that these trees, the banana was producing big money. And because nobody was there, those villagers can come harvest them and go and eat them. Of course, what do you expect? But then that is fine. That is fine. My life is good. I'm still pushing to build something bigger than that, right? That is how entrepreneurship is. So if you're watching this video and your 30 years, or your 35 years, or your 40 years, or your 50 years, or your 60 years. Add 5 years. Just add 5 years to your life. In the next 5 years, you should have a business that will be generating money for you without you being active in it. And the only way to achieve this is to plant economic trees. If you plant these economic trees, you don't have to do any other thing, but they will keep generating money for you. They will keep generating money for you. And the good thing is that where we are in Nigeria, or let me say in Africa, there is demand for this product. To understand that sometimes they are even being imported. Sometimes they are even being imported to the country. So if you are able to calm down, invest good money into this business, you make a lot of profit at the end of the day. You make a lot of profit at the end of the day. You make good money. So this is the advice I felt I should share with you today and tell you some of the mistakes I made, and I don't want you to make the same mistake. Buy farmland. Even if you're not going to plant there, you don't know what to do there. If there is farmland in your community or a nearby community, just go there, pay them the money, get this farmland. You will need them. Your life will need them. You will thank yourself in the next 10 years, 5 years that you bought that farmland. So thank you so much for watching. I remain Denison, your billionaire farmer.